Assembly Member Qureshi.
Thank you, Chair. I think Andrew Lismore has given you a new name this morning, Camille Johnson. Can I ask, doesn't your endorsement of 50% plus one of eligible voters for strike ballots represent double standards by you?
I admit that there is an inconsistency. I have to tell you, Murad, I've thought about this a great deal, and intellectually honest fellow that I am, I have to admit that there is a superficial inconsistency. However, there is the world of difference. There is the world of difference between a quadrennial election to the mayoralty and day in, day out running of essential, vital public services on which Londoners depend. And there are many cities around the world where mass transit workers aren't actually even allowed to go on strike. We are very, very generous in our arrangements here in this city. They wouldn't allow it in New York, for instance. They have very different arrangements in Madrid. We are extremely tolerant of the right to withdraw labour. I do think that this is a modest reform of the ballot, of the threshold system, that would be not just in the interests of the commuter, not just in the interests of the London economy. It would actually, as I said just now, it would be in the interests of hard-working London Underground staff who lose pay as a result of these strikes, feel bullied into participating, and at the end of the strikes find that they've achieved absolutely nothing.
Can I remind the Mayor the extent of your inconsistency? Your mandate on the second term is based on a turnover of 38% of voters, and only 18% of total London electorate actually voted for you. That's actually 1 in 5 of London's electorate has given you.
I think I'd be generous to
you
admit.
Suggesting that your mandate is actually very questionable by supporting.
How many people voted for you?
Supporting the action on the endorsement of 50% plus one eligible voters for strike ballots.
I've accepted the abstract point, but I think in practical terms, when you look at the two functions, there is a very clear difference. I think people who depend on essential public services in London deserve better protection from strikes that are caused in a vexatious way and which do no good whatever for union members, for the system, for the London economy, or for commuters.